Hollow. He posted this an hour ago. Marvel Spider-Man 2. I played it early, hands-on impressions. It is 36 minutes long. We can be watching the whole entire thing. Also, did another video on Lunar Squadron. They break down the whole entire trailer. What we saw yesterday. Let me see real quick. Lunar Squadron posted 13 hours ago. Marvel Spider-Man 2 State of Play trailer complete breakdown. Warner Plus new gameplay. It's 42 minutes long. Means we will react to that also. But today is all of Spider-Man 2, and then maybe I did got my Elgato. I did stream yesterday of trying to play Starfield, but for some reason it's dedicated for some reason. But there's at the same time I'm using my TV, not a monitor. I think this TV is HDR. I think. If not, that about the reason. But when I'm trying to use my Elgato on my PS5 on Spider-Man Remastered, it's flaking out. Like, it's weird, but I don't know. Let's begin.
Welcome back, guys. Finally, to my Spider-Man 2 first impressions video. Recently, I was invited to LA to take part in a very exclusive PlayStation event and be amongst one of the first people to finally get to play Spider-Man 2. A massive thank you to PlayStation and Insomniac Games for having me. During my time there, we got to play a preview version of Spider-Man 2, which was roughly about 70, 80 minutes or so, maybe a little bit over, depending on your pace of play. But I got to play it twice. I beat it twice, so I like to say I probably have about 3 hours or so on the clock. And so we were also told that this preview version was about 6 weeks old, so it was considered a work in progress. I will say I was very surprised at the amount of freedom that we actually had when playing this. We were allowed to almost just do anything, whether we wanted to play the main missions or just explore. Unfortunately, during my time at the event, I was not allowed to record any sort of footage, gameplay footage whatsoever. I wasn't even allowed to take my camera into the room where we were playing the game. There was like a bunch of guys in suits and they were surveying and scoping out the area. It was just, you could not record anything.
Thank you for choosing American Airlines. Yeah,
Have a great day. Oh, shoot. We are in Dr. Connors' lab. Oh, shit.
Well, I really wish I could.
So you may be asking yourself, what's
wish.
Spider-Man 2 really like? Well, at the core, Spider-Man 2 is a really improved upon version of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and even more so, Spider-Man PS4. And all that is thanks to the PlayStation 5 hardware, and this game being specifically made for the PlayStation 5. Technically, what this game does is improve on the first two titles and add things that I didn't think I wanted. A prime example of this is the webbed wings, which as soon as I got back from LA, I tried playing the previous titles and I kind of just wanted to go back to Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man's web wings promote easier traversal around the map and quite frankly are more enjoyable for both enemy chases and time trials alike. They also get incorporated really nicely within the main missions and tasks that you have to do with Miles Morales and Peter Parker, which we'll probably look into and talk more about later during this video. When you play this game, the transition that you undergo when web swinging to using the web wings is absolutely seamless.
So many
and before
cars,
we started
bro.
playing, we got a presentation and we were told that you have to press triangle to activate the web wings. And initially I thought, well, that's kind of odd. That's gonna feel weird. And it felt great. Like all you have to do is press triangle and you go into like this web wing mode where you're gliding with your web wings. And let me just tell you, the distance that these things can carry you is incredible. The speed in which they carry you is almost just as fast as swinging. You can also get these like air pockets in the air across the map, which you can go inside and you pick up speed drastically. It is super fun. You can also like roll in midair as you're gliding with the web wings. I mean, everything about this feature just tells me that this is meant to be a statement piece. This was not a second thought or anything like that. This really does change the way you play Spider-Man. All that.
Yeah, oh my god. That looks beautiful, bro. But yeah, what I heard and what I see on Twitter, I keep on retweeting. I liking tweets. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. It will be in the description below. And people been saying they've been loving this game, and people like did their thing was like lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase of what people used to say. And this game gets a DLC, not a game, not a full game. And they all saying it's not. Also, the web streaming, the web wings and everything about it. It looks incredible, and also it looks cool. And I watched Caboose's video. I didn't react to that on video. I just want to watch it, and he's so like a small portion of Craven and Peter the symbiote cutscene, and then he also showed us the here we know that Peter is Spider-Man and has the symbiote. Means I don't know how that happened. That's why we get to wait till October 20th to play.
Paired with improved visuals, foliage, and density within the streets of New York, moving in this game, exploring the open world has truly never felt better. And I think this is the best in any Spider-Man game ever. I want to circle back really quickly to one of the initial statements I made at the beginning of this video, that we had all the freedom in the world to play this preview version of the game for multiple hours, and we could do whether we wanted to do main missions or free roam. Whatever I did, it doesn't matter. I personally, while playing this, I did not come across any bugs or any glitches. I don't know if I got lucky. I don't know if this was the intention of the preview build, or I don't know if it's just Insomniac Games figuring it out. I feel like this is a game that comes from a studio that has really figured out how to squeeze the maximum potential of the PlayStation 5 and the SSD to the point where it just really feels like a great experience. I feel like if you got a PlayStation 5, whether it was now or whether it was at the beginning where you had to go through hoops and everything possible just to get your hands on one, I feel like you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you have a PlayStation 5 and you don't get this game. This game really maximizes and squeezes every bit of potential that the PlayStation 5 has to offer. I also found fast traveling and switching between characters, whether it's from Peter Parker to Miles Morales or the other way around, I found that almost instantaneous. When you get to have a game that you can fast travel and not have loading screens galore, it feels great. And that's what these consoles are for. Now, on top of that, something you guys may probably be familiar with if you've been paying attention is the size of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
It's nearly double in size.
Look how... That's insane. This is what we used to do on Miles Morales and Spider-Man, the first one. The first game. But now in this game, you have this now. No, you had that before. I don't know. But now we have all of this. I know that for sure. I think we had this before. If not, then it probably would be right here. I mean, not able. I don't know. But this is going to be insane.
They've added Queens and Brooklyn. Of course, there's also Coney Island. But funny enough, there was a mission that I was doing where I was headed over to Connor's house, and we had to cross the bridge to get to Queens. And within that area, there was a whole lot less skyscrapers, just regular buildings, smaller buildings, homes. And in this particular area that I was in, I found myself traversing a whole lot easier, and it just felt better, more enjoyable. Instead of swinging using the web wings. I also found it really fun and effective during Central Park because, you know, Central Park has the trees and that's about it. So it worked really well in Central Park as well. Another thing that is in this game that was really cool that I noticed
But look at the
was
web swinging
when
though.
you're swinging and you fall into the water.
But I feel like I'm going to be non-stop playing this game. Like I'm going to do a whole entire series on it. Then I'll play it in one city on YouTube Live, non-stop from beginning to end, finishing it in one stream. And out of that, I'm going to play it again. I feel like I'm not going to stop playing this game.
That was really cool.
Unless I go to bed or go eat and watch YouTube and actually make videos for you guys. But more than that, if I'm not recording anything, I'll probably be playing this game.
That I noticed was when you're swinging and you fall into the water, Spider-Man has the ability to do this. I don't know what it is, but it's like a surfing sort of mechanism ability he has. He kind of hops on the water and he glides on top of the water for about a second or two. And it's essentially, I want to see it as a second chance for you to not just completely go underwater and then have to swim your way out of it. It was really, really, really cool. And I can totally see this being chained up with like dropping down into the water and then jumping up and then swinging back into a building or whatever it may be. I thought that was really cool. It's a nice little quality of life change.
That shit looks sick.
Looking back into the original Spider-Man PS4 game, as most of us know, we had Peter Parker as Spider-Man and we had Yuri. We also had occasionally MJ, which both of them would aid Peter Parker in fighting crime. Later on, we had Spider-Man Miles Morales, and we know we had Miles and Genki. What I kind of saw, and it was kind of obvious, and it was really cool in this game when I was playing it, was that these two forces kind of fused together. They came together. Not only that, but we have now Harry on Peter's side, which I'm still kind of iffy about him, truth be told. And we also had Haley on Miles.
See, you see what I'm seeing? This part right here is what I'm talking about.
Iffy about him, truth be told. And we also had Haley on Miles's side. This big group comes together and form like this kind of nerdy superpower group of kids that help Spider-Man fight crime in New York City. Obviously at the forefront of it all, you've got Peter, you've got Miles. I don't know, I thought it was really cool, and I've talked about this often here on the channel, how PlayStation has some titles that have this 1-2 buddy system going on. Clearly Spider-Man 2 does it the most, like very frequently. It's actually part of the game non-stop. You can swap between characters. But similarly, we've had The Last of Us do that. We've had God of War Ragnarok, we had Atreus, we had Kratos, and now Spider-Man, which is there all the time whenever you want to swap characters. I really, really enjoy that in video games. And it might just be me, but I feel like PlayStation has kind of caught on to that and has been doing that recently. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the menus tab within this game and kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview of what they have and what they include, and maybe give you guys a little bit of a brief description of what you can expect when you get this game. When you press the middle pad button on the PlayStation 5 controller, you're gonna have your suits tab, your suit tech tab, your gadgets tab, your skills tab, and your abilities tab. When it comes to the suits tab, obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. That's where you go to swap suits for both Peter and Miles. So the build that I played had about 6 suits more or less, and I'm not gonna get into specifics because I don't want to spoil it for you guys in case you guys want to keep that a surprise. But yes, there are some returning suits from the previous game. Whether we'll have all the suits from the last game, I'm not sure. I think that would be awesome, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it's gonna be a thing, but that'd be great. Within the suits category, you can actually craft new suits using city tokens and tech parts. The game will tell you where to get these parts so you can go and grab them and then craft suits.
Okay,
and
that's cool.
when you craft a suit, it just crafts like different color waves for that particular style. And so when you craft a suit, it actually gives you all the color waves. So I crafted a suit, I remember, for Miles Morales, and it had 3 different color waves. And I thought I was only gonna get one of the color waves, but it gave me all of them, which I thought was really, really cool. So when you craft a suit, you get all of them, all the different color waves for that style of suit. There is, I believe, about 60 plus, 65 or so different suits in the game, which all come from comics, movies, and some of them obviously are unique to the game. Now, when you compare that, or excuse me, when you combine that with the craftable suits, all in all, I think the game has over 200 different styles of suits.
That's insane. And I'm gonna be like, we're only 10 minutes in and we have 36 minutes. This could be a long video. Holy crap. But yeah, that is insane. 200 plus? Jesus.
Which is incredible. As we're talking about suits, we obviously got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is going to be Peter's new suit, the symbiote suit. When I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, I honestly felt like he was much more fun to play with than Peter Parker's Spider-Man. I thought it was just quicker, stronger. A lot of that had to do because of his Venom powers. But when you use the symbiote suit, I think that might change because it's extremely powerful and it's got some really, really cool tricks up its sleeve. I don't know if it's better or more fun this time around, but I feel like it definitely, for me personally, it definitely caught up to Miles Morales' capabilities when it comes to gameplay. I truly do feel like Spider-Man Miles Morales was more fun to play than Spider-Man PS4. But in this game, I think the odds have kind of balanced out a bit. Again, we only got to play X amount. We didn't play the full game. I don't know what else comes after the, what I played, but obviously we'll find out. Now moving over to the next tab, which is going to be the suit tech tab. In this tab, you're going to have health, damage, focus, and traversal. Upgrading anything under this tab will be applied to both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. For the gadgets tab, you've got the web shooters, which is obviously pressing R1, you shoot the webs. You've got something called the upshots. It's like another gadget you throw at them and it launches the enemies up into the air. You also have the web grabbers, and there was like 2 more that were locked. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are the ones that you use and you assign when you press R1 and then you press one of the...
Ricochet web. What? Concussion burst, web grabber, upshot, and then web shooters.
Face buttons, whether it's X, triangle, etc., etc. Then you get into the abilities, which abilities are used with L1 plus whatever face button you want to assign it to or put it on. When it comes to Peter, you've got the symbiote punch, which is a tentacle punch that knocks enemies back. We've probably seen that in a bunch of the trailers. You've got the symbiote strike, which is kind of like a strike towards the enemies and it balls them up and throws them up into the air. You've got the symbiote blast, which launches symbiote spikes in all sorts of directions. And this actually pushes all the enemies near you backwards. And then you've got the symbiote yank, which grabs multiple enemies and pulls them towards you. On top of that, the one that you kind of charge up is the symbiote rage. You get this by doing combos, dodging, and as you're doing combat.
You
get this by doing combos, dodge.
It's symbiote surge, not symbiote waves, but he even said it in his comments. The headset of my house said symbiote waves. The proper name might just be symbiote surge. And you'll be right here, symbiote surge. But we all know everybody's gonna say symbiote waves. So I'm gonna use my surge now. No, I'm gonna use my waves. It's like God of War. God of War waves, but symbiote surge. But yeah.
Dodging and as you're doing combat. Once you get this rage, you get a meter obviously on the top right. Once this meter is full, you go into symbiote rage. And for regular enemies, it's literally a one-hit finish, and very strong and useful when it comes to bosses and mini bosses, because there are like mini bosses in this game. Same thing goes for Miles Morales. L1, any face button for abilities. Of course, he's got the chain lightning, which targets enemies with a bolt of lightning, which chains 2 or more enemies. And I'm assuming if you upgraded, maybe
I need to play this game right now. I need this game in my hands.
To distant targets and lands with a burst of evolved venom that knocks a group of enemies back. This one's really fun to use. And I feel like Miles, Miles is pretty powerful, believe it or not. He is pretty damn good. The Venom Smash is a slam on the ground with a Venom Punch, knocking enemies backwards. And of course, you've got the Venom Jump, which lifts nearby enemies. I think we saw this one in Miles Morales, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got the Mega Venom Blast, which eliminates all surrounding enemies. There are separate skill trees for Peter Parker and Miles Morales. They do share one skill tree that whenever you upgrade it, they both benefit from it, but they do have their own separate skills tree. At the end of the day, they are different people, different Spider-Man. So yeah, they've got separate and they've got one that's in unison. Let's talk about combat, and more specifically, combat defense. When it comes to this game, I'm pretty sure we can agree that the previous ones, there was a whole lot of circle smashing, and it's fine.
Really? What happened? No. No.
Have their own separate skills tree. At the end of the day, they are different people, different Spider-Man. So yeah, they've got separate and they've got one that's in unison. Let's talk about combat, and more specifically, combat defense. When it comes to this game, I'm pretty sure we can agree that the previous ones, there was a whole lot of circle smashing, and it's fine.
No. I'm not even connected no more. No. No.
Combat is more complex, is what I'm trying to say. So not
Okay,
only do you
I'm
have
back.
the dodging and evading, but you now
Oh.
also have pairing with L1. So some enemies have special attacks that start off as yellow and then they
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened.
turn red. When they go from yellow to red, you press L1, you get a successful parry. This combined with the dodging and everything else, it does make the combat complex, and sometimes picking it up for the very first time, I was getting my kicked here and there. I'm not gonna lie. Once you start learning how to parry and you do it effectively, not only does it help you out in combat, but it also fills up your rage meter, the one that you use to get the symbiote rage. And when you get that,
Bo.
it's really, really helpful. So mastering the parry button is going to be probably very crucial in this
Health
game.
bar.
And then you have something called a crush, which is, I believe it was called a crush attack, which you just evaded. I only experienced this with the lizard as I was fighting him. But obviously it's, if you miss the evade, he's going to grab you, he's going to bite you down, and it takes out a whole lot of health. But with the lizard, you can also parry. So you can parry like big bosses. I believe I was able to parry him. And then the lizard, or bosses in this game, have like health bars. The lizard specifically had 2 stages, which is pretty cool. And yeah, combat slightly more complex in a good way, but it could be a lot sometimes. For the last portion of this video, what I had in mind was to express to you guys and walk you through everything that I played at the events. But they just sent me B-roll footage, and within the B-roll footage is almost everything that I played. So I thought, let's watch the B-roll footage and we'll kind of just commentate through it and probably reminisce some of the things that I did and what I remember. So yeah, this is exactly,
Here to pick up a serum order for a Dr. Connors?
this is exactly where the preview started. And you're looking for Kraven because he's got a serum to make an antidote for Connors. From my understanding, and this right here, this is where you really see, and Peter starts understanding that
You have hunted.
the suit is sensitive to noise, of course.
Oh.
Let's see.
Ah!
You have the strength to finish what you started.
This is sick. But
They say
being
that there's even more villains that we have not seen or that they've not spoken of, which I'm pretty excited about. Badass. I see a man, I sense a beast. That's the serum. Again, now the suit starts acting up, as you can see right there. Kraven realizes that, being a hunter,
Set it free.
thank you.
Just here to save my friend.
Yeah. There it is.
We'll finish this later.
Now listen to what Kraven says. It's pretty cool. My final hunt. So this right now, this is
What
one of the
the-
new sorts of little puzzles that you can do. You gotta hold the trigger on each particular area in order to pass through these puzzles.
We're home free. Come on out.
And right there, you're with Harry trying to make the
Probably a
antidote.
static discharge.
What?
Means the accelerator's working. Clever freaking goose.
That's right after the Kraven encounter. You go to Harry, you try to make the antidote.
Ah,
Something happens.
this is sick, bro.
So you go into the
I know this is like kind of spoiling some story shits, but I don't really care. To be honest, I probably would still be shocked and don't know what is happening without playing it.
It's almost powered down. I'll finish it and grab the antidote. You need to get out. I can't leave. I'm the only one. Watch out!
oh yeah, the hunters come and they start attacking. So now while they attack, you have to put out the fire. If not, it's goodbye to the antidote.
Quickly, cover the exits! Tell Kraven we have the spider!
Yep. Now watch.
Kraven's gonna have fun with you.
That's a symbiote blast, which is like one of the most powerful attacks that you can do as Spider-Man.
Oh, dude, I got the
That's it.
chills, bro.
Now this B-roll footage is very cut up. There's a lot more that goes into this, but now here we have.
Oh, there's a more cut up. Okay, got it. Okay, good. Because I don't want to say, is this linked in order or what the hell is happening? No, thank God.
I don't know. I was just so in the suit. You okay? Think so. I'm going to the breaker room. I can do the next steps there. Let's do this.
You see, they've edited this pretty heavily, but it's still within the same facility.
Raven was smart to stay home. Taking the shots.
So you're now working together with Harry to make sure that
Yeah,
the whole
you.
process of making the antidote does not go to crap and it can actually be made.
Is that all the hunters you have?
I think the antidote is for Connors, so we can bring him back because he's the lizard, because he's the only one that can help Harry with his condition. I think that's what I got out of it, if I remember correctly.
So you like smashing things? How about I smash your face?
Jesus.
You're gonna regret ever coming here.
Oh boy.
Warning. Structural collapse imminent.
Interesting.
Evacuate immediately.
In this gameplay, it said symbiote.
Are you hearing this, Harry? How much longer? I know. I'm on the last 2 steps.
It said symbiote surge with L3 and R3. I'm almost positive that
Harry, this place is coming down.
when I
We need
played
to
it, it
leave.
was symbiote
No.
rage,
I'm so close.
which
Whoa.
sounds better.
I think he was right. Your friend picked up a signal from this satellite.
Oh,
Let's see where we're working.
Oh, this is cool here. This is one of those puzzles now that you use with the wingsuit, or with the webbed wings.
Stain on my legacy. A disgrace, but deadly nonetheless. Find them. Kill them.
Yep.
Raven, how many more people are on this guy's list?
You gotta intercept the signal.
He's using this satellite network to track his targets. Oh, you're not getting away that easy.
This is pretty cool. Yeah, this was like,
Kind of data surge from the drone. If I stay in the slipstream long enough, my suit can pull the embedded data and lead me right to Lee.
yeah, so you have to stay in the stream until it fully downloads the information that you're looking for. This was literally the first time I used the webbed wings.
50%. Download's looking good.
bro.
I'm telling you guys that those wings are Wait till you guys use them. They're so much fun.
Only 10% to go.
I think he's about done.
How's the data now?
Then you press triangle.
Oh, what?
I'm not sure if whoever was recording this, they deviated from the path and then they just went into like a hideout or something. It seems like on the map there. So this is a bit different from what I did. So I guess that's nice. They came here just to give us some open world action, I guess you can say. See, that's some of the attacks that the people do. The attacks that you can actually parry, the ones that I was talking about earlier. They go from yellow to red. You gotta hit L1 to parry them.
L1?
And from my understanding, it was either the bosses or like the guys with those big swords. There's definitely different tiers of enemies. You've got like the brutes, the regulars, the archers. You know, typical. That's a parry right there. Miles is sick, bro. Miles has always been sick. His abilities are so cool. There's actually somebody inside the window. Did you see it? Somebody in there. He got another parry. Okay. Damn.
Ballish.
Miles Morales. I actually equipped this suit when I played. Just sick. Is this the 10th anniversary? I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Please, if I'm wrong, don't kill me. See, those are the little gusts of wind that you see that you can get, and look at the freaking webbed wings. How incredible they are! Look at that. I'm telling you, man, it changes the way you swing.
That guy's getting up in those people's faces. I'm there.
Oh yeah.
We're ending this now.
Blast on, Spider!
Woo. Wow, this looks so sick.
And of course, you've got the haptic feedbacks and.
Wow.
Is it haptic? I always mispronounce it, but you got the feedback on the controller, which feels amazing. Oh man, those webbed wings, man, they're so friggin' cool. I almost just want this game to come out and see what people really think about the new mechanics of those wings.
Oh, are they going to the main mission? Look like it. Ball. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Other than where?
What are we doing here? Oh, a little spider bot.
This one seems really high tech.
Spider armor.
Oh,
Mark
they
3
are.
spider bot. Upper East Side progress.
Oh no, they aren't. Wait, I'm so confused.
Let's see. Hopefully they show off some of the story mission before this video ends here. I'd like to kind of like walk you through it and commentate, because I had a really fun time. They did tell us that we weren't at the very beginning of the game, so like during this gameplay session you're seeing, we're not at the very beginning, but we're not far off. I mean, I think from my understanding and what I got off of the story, Peter had recently discovered the suit, because Miles didn't even know he had the suit. Alright, so this is one of those things that you went to go speak to your mother, playing as Miles, and I think one of her friends' business was in trouble, and then you have to go check it out. It ended up being locked up, and you use your spider bot to go inside, and eventually you found out that there were thugs inside. And so here you are now trying to find a way to get things open. The little spider bot now has some sort of jetpack. I don't remember if it had that on the last Spider-Man game.
No.
But it does in this one.
This will make such a difference for the community. Thank you so much for your support.
This is the meeting.
Okay. Bye-bye. Miles.
Hey, Ma.
Bien. Siéntate. Just wanted to check in. See how you're doing. ¿Todo bien?
Fine. Everything's good. Okay. It's just a lot right now. So much to take care of in the city. Super stressed about my college essay. Pete's busy doing other stuff. And Lee. Lee's still out there. Doesn't that bother you?
Of course it bothers me.
Oh, it's going to get dark and emotional in this game. Got it.
But I'm committed to making this community better. I've got to let go of things that don't serve me and focus on where I want to go, not where I've been. ¿Entiendes lo que te digo?
Yeah. But Lee? I can't just let him go.
There was a portion that I played that Miles, you actually have to go to the cemetery to speak to your dad, because Miles feels somewhat alone and lost in a way. So he kind of goes just to talk to his father for guidance, just somebody to talk to. At that point in time, Peter Parker was very busy with Harry and, you know, trying to get the serum and antidote and whatever happened prior to what I played, which I'm not sure because I haven't played it, but here we have some really cool.
Yeah, it's going to get emotional, it's going to get dark, it's going to be intense, it's going to be all around incredible game. Because watching this, we started around 16 minutes and 13 seconds. Now we at 30. We wanted a long portion of the gameplay, and there's still more, a little bit more. To be honest, because watching this part gets me very, very, very excited, and really want the game in my hands, because I really want to continue playing to see how the story goes, because at the same time, I hate doing side quests. I hate doing stuff when I'm doing the main missions. Like, I hate games where you have to like do quests or go do stuff while waiting on the main mission. I hate it. I want to keep going and going and going and going and going with the main mission. But at the same time, during the walkthrough, I am going to do some side quests. I'm going to do collectibles and all that because of for to get better suits, and maybe on every single video. Every video might be a different suit, but yeah. It looks incredible, and I really want to play.
Web swinging tricks.
Why now?
And notice how the webbed wings are not webbed wings, are different because it's a different suit. That's pretty cool.
Oh, we're back with symbiote.
Okay,
Pete.
what are we working with here? That's not it. Nope.
This is the lizard boss. This is an underground facility that you find without spoiling too much. Now you'll be able to see the lizard boss fight hopefully here.
Hey Doc, ready for your annual physical?
Yep, there it is. He's massive, by the way, like literally dinosaur status massive.
We've been through this before, Connors.
And he's been evolving.
There, I could really
and getting bigger. See, there's that parry move. You saw it was yellow, then it turned into red. I think this guy's playing on easy mode. You could also use L1 and R1 here. That's.
By the way, we are gonna play on normal mode, like normal difficulty. I don't know what the normal difficulty will look like. I'm probably at the second one after the easy one. We're gonna play on that level, on that difficulty. By the way,
that's that crush attack that I was talking to you guys about as well.
You made some mistakes, but it doesn't have to end like this.
So you can use L1 and R1 with your surroundings to kind of like trap him or stun him.
Is this how you want your family to remember you?
See if he does it here.
oh Jesus!
You can still be with them.
There it is, L1, R1. Kind of stun him real quick with the steam pipes.
Think of your wife, your son.
Another parry.
Need you.
Wow, another parry. This guy's kicking his ass.
This boss fight.
So that's the end of stage 1. I'm pretty sure the lizard had 2 stages. Yeah.
That didn't work.
I choose you. That's the name of the mission.
Let me help you.
I'm telling you, man, the boss fights are really cool. We only did 1, but this boss fight was really cool.
Stop fighting me.
So after you fight the lizard, here you have this epic
I
chase
just said the.
that you have to
Kidding me, Connors?
maintain a certain distance between yourself and the lizard as he crushes through New York City. And I believe in this part here towards the end, or eventually, Kraven's hunters show up. Which is gonna be here shortly. After you mount the lizard, you go upstairs into like the top of a building or something like that. Yep. He's freaking huge. There it is. Man, I've got a pretty good memory. Shit.
Oh,
This is about like the end of the preview. Again, this was like 80 minutes. This footage they sent us was condensed down to like 20 minutes. So there's a lot that's not being shown here for good reason. But just know that there's a lot missing. A lot of cutscenes and info with both Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
the Pete is like annoyed.
Here it comes. You can't get through his skin.
There you go up top. So here you gotta dodge the attacks.
What? But it's sick.
I'm not sure if this is the last time you fight the lizard, because in the preview, this is a chase, but in the preview there was 2 chases. The other preview was the one we saw in the latest trailer, not the latest, but the prior latest trailer, where you're like on top of the river or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up. And there's Kraven. Hits him with the explosive. By now you should have the antidote. I think the lizard dropped it at some point. And of course, he's just another trophy for Kraven. Peter Parker being Spider-Man, he's gotta save him. Oh, I just realized his tail was gone. And well, that's the end of the footage we got for today.
No, that's unfair.
Everything we just saw, I'm probably gonna be including that throughout the video, but at the end I wanted to make sure we made it into some sort of gameplay walkthrough reaction so you guys can kind of understand what's going on. And and hopefully my explanations throughout were
Oh,
helpful.
man.
Again, a massive thank you to PlayStation and Insomniac Games
Come
for
on,
inviting me
man.
over to get to play Spider-Man too early. I
So
hope you
sick.
guys
I
enjoyed this
need a
video.
bell.
If you're not seeing my face, it's because my face cam just turned off. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions. Are you excited for Spider-Man
Yes,
2?
I am. Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a video, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Can't wait for it. I want to do this. I'm gonna be reacting to more of the Lunar Squadron I told you guys about. And yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Peace out.